I'm going to tie a Hardy's favourite wet fly. This was first tied by John Hardy of Hardy Brothers fame in 1872. So it's a fairly traditional pattern. I've seen this tied a few ways. So this is a variation of whatever the original pattern was. So the first thing I'm going to do is to tie in a brown partridge feather. And as I'm tying it in, I'm very conscious that between the brown partridge feather and the eye, I'm going to have to be tying in a hen pheasant wing. And I'll just secure this. And trim off the waist. For the tail, I'm using half a dozen golden pheasant tippets. And I'm looking at about 3/4 to a shank length. There's one disadvantage of tying in your hackles first. They sometimes get in the way. Okay. That should do nicely. The hook I'm using is a Kamasan B175 and the thread is Shear 14/0 in red. Let's keep getting in the way, so let's get rid of it. Okay. That's the tail done. Now what I'm going to tie in are two peacock herls, and for a rib I'm going to use a floss, red floss. In one of the versions I saw, they used a longer shank hook, and they actually used the floss to build up the body, and then used a single peacock herl as a rib worked up along it, and it looked really, really good. But I have to think that it wouldn't last that very, very long. Okay, so the rib's in, and now I'm going to tie in the peacock herl. Good. And when I wind on the peacock herl, I'm going to go counterwise, the opposite way. I'll just twist these together just to keep them a bit more secure. and I'm going to tie off there. And trim the waist. Now for the floss, since I'm going to be using the floss as a rib, what I will do is just twist it clockwise. Just twist it clockwise, just so that it doesn't flatten as much. And then I'll work my way through. And tie off. Remove the excess. Okay, now I use my hackle pliers. And I'm going to twist the partridge on, but first I'm going to move my thread out of the way. And as I twist it on, I'm going to be encouraging the feathers backwards. You're not going to get very many turns with this. That should do nicely. Secure and remove the waist. Okay, nice. And that would make a nice fly on its own. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a wing, and I'm using hen pheasant centre tails. Okay, so I married the two wings together, making sure that the points are even. And I'm looking just over a shank length. That should do me nicely. Pinch and loop, then tighten now. Another pinch and loop, and then we'll check it out, see what it looks like. That looks okay to me. Just another tighten, and then we're going to trim away. I just tidied the head up. And whip finish and varnish. Okay, and that's the Hardy's favourite wet fly. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.